Welcome back. It's time for Gimme the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. I've been in the printing press, all right? And we're going down to Atlanta. There's a lot of ways this headline could have gone, okay? Let me just say that. But the Penix is mightier. Yes, that is right. We said it there. We kept it G-rated. All right. There could have got a lot of ways.
There were a lot of iterations of this thing.
Not a way, definitely for sure. But Michael Penix, again, rookie quarterback, thrown into a tough situation this late in the year, right? I mean, everybody's like just feeling, hey, I'm in football shape, whatever. And he's like, what? I haven't been out there in forever. Calm, cool, collect. Certainly saw the offense look a little different. They ran the ball well, which is effective. They played the shitty-ass Giants defense, which helps out a lot too. But I do think his big arm and the way they played on the offensive side of the ball, to me, was kind of encouraging and like pumped me up. Instead of the 5 yards here, 8 yards here, 5 yards here, we saw deep crossers, we saw deep outs. And I think we're going to see a more of aggressive, effective passing offense that way from Michael Penix on the Atlanta Falcons as we go forward.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It helps starting against the Giants, but we also have to remember last week this team played Vegas on Monday night, and Vegas isn't a good football team either. And, I mean, it was a dogfight. I mean, a lot of people walked away thinking
Ain't O'Connell plays, they're gonna beat the Falcons.
Exactly.
Right.
So for Michael Penix Jr. to come in this situation, be calm, understand and control the offense. This guy's been running off cards. Like he said it going into this week. Hey, I haven't had many first-team reps. So all of this is brand new. Oh, yeah, it's week 16. Oh, yeah, your team's playoff chances are on the line, and they inserted you in the lineup. So basically, our chances to make the playoffs rely on your play. Now, again, shout out the defense. You get a young quarterback that gets
the
thrown
perfect
in
formula,
there.
right?
You got to be ready to go. You're playing against an offense that's not good. They have some other good players, but they have one main guy who they try to get the ball to
Stop
all
neighbors
the time.
and we should be okay.
And they did that. And you get 2 pick sixes, Judon, Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates, one of your best players. You bring Judon over to be one of your best players too. Step up in a game like this today. So credit to them. But I think a part of that is Michael Penix Jr. going into the lineup.
The new energy for the team.
What it brings to the whole team.
Right. What are we going to look like? I mean, how would you not be more excited if, you're Darnell Mooney or Drake London going, damn, I think we're going to attack and be aggressive and throw the ball down the field. And I run a 20-yard out route.
People got to back up for now Bijan has a little bit more space.
That's what it felt like. Now, again, it's hard to tell totally like the Giants, but there was a pretty effective running game throughout the day by the Falcons. And I got to think that, the Penix and the ability to throw down the ball down the field, make a teams defend the whole field, which to me was something they were missing in Atlanta. The explosive plays, the big plays, we'll see if more and more of that comes. Defense is awesome, like you said, making those plays. The Giants are horrible. Yeah. It's
bad.
It really is bad, right? I mean, Drew Lock, he had some moments, but there's just no chance. I don't care who's playing quarterback for the Giants. The defense is bad. They don't run the ball. They can't pass protect. It's the worst losing streak in 100 years of the New York Giants. In the 100th year anniversary as a franchise, it's embarrassing. All of that, it's just that's where you also go, man, it seems like the end for everybody there. It's gotten so bad up here in this area. I don't know how they could bring back Dayball or Joe Shane. Right, it feels like everything has gone against them. The way it looks, planes flying over the stadium, and I feel bad for them because I do know them and I like them and respect them. But it is what it is right now, and the ownership's not going to be happy in New York.
And that's what's tough about this situation, because I got to be around Brian Daboll for years in New England. Then I visited the Giants. He's a good football coach.
100.
But it's a reminder of how a football season goes. And for this team, you had Daniel Jones in there. However you want to say it worked out. Saquon Barkley's in Philadelphia. He's having an awesome year. Daniel Jones is no longer on your team. And then the product on the field on Sundays, it just feels like it gets worse and worse and worse. You play against Baltimore, you expect to lose against Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdowns, not very competitive at home.
Right.
Then you go play Atlanta, and it's not even better. It's just like this game is still bad. I mean, they're going to score another touchdown.
It's a rookie quarterback. If
Kyle Pitts doesn't drop the ball into an interception, that's probably going to be a touchdown on that possession too.
Yeah.
So then we probably aren't even talking about only the pick sixes being the reason Atlanta wins. So, it's rough to see. They don't have much there. But when you can't be competitive in this league week in and week out, I think ownership looks at that and they go,
just goes, we're embarrassing. What are we doing? Right?
Exactly.
That's the
Product's
issue.
so bad.
I know it's a shame. It is a damn shame as a Giants fan. Michael Penix, these rookie quarterbacks, gonna play Jaden Daniels on Sunday night on NBC next week, but I hope all this discussion of this, like, well, I don't know if we can draft a quarterback because he's 25 years old. He's a little old. Who the hell cares? You can see here now with guys that have played football in college, maybe a little older, what are we worried about looking into our crystal ball about 12 years from now? Let's just hope it works for the next 4 years, and then we'll go from there. But I am, again, amazed. Penix, calm in the pocket, just sits there. All the football he's played, all the reps, and, man, you can't tell me that there wasn't a difference of the way the ball looks coming off of his hand compared to Kirk Cousins. That, to me, was one of the first things of the day. I think one of the first throws of the day, he threw a deep out, and I went, ooh, I haven't seen the Falcons throw that, like, all year. And then he threw a rifle down the middle a few plays later, and I just went, man, I mean, just to come into the game, like we kind of started off the conversation, that is hard.
Yeah.
As a backup quarterback, right, that I was for most of my career, I mean, I came into some situations in week 5 and week 6, and I was like, I feel like I haven't played in a year. What's going on
What the hell
around
am I
me?
supposed to do
I
right
hope
now?
I can get a completion. Every ball I threw was like wobbly, and I was nervous, and I was like, oh, I couldn't be more uncomfortable. And just for a rookie to come in here and look like that and just sling it around so naturally, really impressive. Good by him. And the Penix is mightier than the Cousins.
It's
or the
perfect
Sword.
timing, right? We're over here. We're watching Tampa and Dallas. Tampa's down right now.
Tampa's down,
it
and
can open
Atlanta's
up
going to have
Atlanta.
a shot.
Yep.
Exactly right. We'll get to that Tampa game here later. You know that. We hit every game here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. All right, second going to the printing press here in the New York area.
Uh-oh.
Right? Rams defeat the Jets 19-9. My headline is Kyren cools his Jets. Yeah.
No, I like that.
Kyren Williams,
I like that.
Right? It was a cold day.
100-yard rushing day
Right.
today.
The Jets thought it was a cold day. The Jets kind of seemed like they were hot early on, moving the ball. Rams offense couldn't do anything going early on. It was a game here where a little bit like some of the games we talked about already, whether it was the Patriots-Bills, where it felt like, ooh, this is the day
underdog.
the Jets can make the upset. Rodgers made some big throws. Early on in the football game, the Jets offense was doing whatever it wanted. Run game, pass game, whatever. Rodgers is on the run, throwing a ball in the back of the end zone. I'm going, damn, shit, that's old Aaron Rodgers right there, right? It was there. But then it was 4th and 4, go for it. Go for it again later in the game.
Nothing to lose,
Some
Simms.
turnovers.
Nothing to lose.
I know nothing to lose, but there
Win
was
the
some. They
game.
were trying to win,
Win
though.
the
That's
game.
my problem. They were trying to win. And some of those, I just want to go, the game's 6-6. Go up 9-6. What are you doing? Just take the points. Move on. Keep the pressure on them. They didn't do that. And then like we always see with the Rams so often, you kind of like outplay them and, oh, hey, it looks good. And they just hang in there. And they find some way somehow on the offensive side of the ball to kind of start to make it happen. And today was the run game.
And you said it too, though. You said this is 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
They play against the San Francisco 49ers and the Jets. Very similar defensive scheme.
Right.
Comes from the same
Seattle
area.
scheme. It's rooted in that. Right.
And it was the same type of game for the Rams offense. They really couldn't get anything going. You were wondering, like, you're watching, is Cooper Kupp out here? Like, is he out here? I haven't seen him.
I know.
Puka Nacua, some big catches, made some plays, running through people. You saw him being physical. But overall, the only thing that
110
saved
passing
him,
yards.
yeah, it was Kyren Williams.
Right.
He's saving his hard running, his ability to kind of get the tough yards throughout the game really changed it for him. But I guess that's the scary thing for this Rams team. But I think ultimately, if you have to play them in the playoffs, you know about their quarterback.
Well, yeah, that's right.
And that's the fear of the Rams. I think most people will say, hey, we're the better team. We should come out on top. But it's all about if Matthew Stafford gets cooking, then you could possibly be in trouble.
Yeah. The positive thing, the defense has continued to play better.
Yep.
Really, ever since that Eagles game, they've looked pretty damn good for the most part. I know they had the shootout with the Bills and all that as well. But, I mean, the front seven causes some chaos. They create a few plays. It seems like somebody in the secondary makes a big play every game. This one was Cameron Curl in the safety blitz. He strip sacks Aaron Rodgers, right? Gives him the short field. That was a huge moment in the football game. The question with the Rams, too, is just like I'm a little bit like I know it's 2 weeks in a row struggling in the pass game, but I don't know I'm like panicked because I'm also like, man, these are two staffs that know this offense. Yeah. They know McVay. A lot of these guys are out in San Francisco, and they're all friends with all these guys. Saleh is friends with McVay. Ulbrich is friends with McVay. And, of course, being out in San Francisco and it was a rival, like, you're all over that. Like, hey, when they get in this formation, I know Sean likes to do this and that with this guy in the route combination. So that's where I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to panic, but I am a little bit like, 2 weeks in a row, like no big pass plays, whatever. Yep. But nonetheless, win a tough, gritty football game. There's something to be said about that because you might have to play a playoff game, cold weather, rely on your run, and just need 2 or 3 passes from Matthew Stafford like we saw today.
I got to ask you, though, each week where the Jets and this Aaron Rodgers show with Devontae, each week where they play decent.
I know. I know what you're going to say. I know.
Bring them back? Be like, do we run it again?
I know. It's like it's actually gotten to a point where you're like, it kind of looks good. He's kind of starting to throw the ball down the field a little bit. Like Adams looks all right. Okay.
You've already invested in this.
I know. I feel like no, though.
Yeah.
I feel like no. And there's a Jets fan saying hell no and off actually during our segment here. So, I would say no, too.
No, yeah.
I just think it's been more negatives and distractions with the whole group here all together. And there just hasn't been enough positive spots and things to look at for me to go, oh, yeah, let's bring it back and let's do it again.
And if you bring somebody in brand new, is it right if you force them
into Aaron Rodgers and this thing in 1 year and all that? I think that's really the other point that you have to go along with this too, right? Nobody's going to really want to take the Jets job and go, oh, I get Rodgers and now I have to bow to him and listen to what he wants to do. And wait, he might only be here for a year, so what, are we going to waste my first pick on a quarterback that's not going to play? Like, there's too many things there. I think he's done as far as with the Jets. The big question is he done? Or does he try to find somewhere else to play?
He's fighting for his future.
He is fighting for his future.
If he wants a future in football. Like, we don't know that.
He wants the option. I know that.
And we all did, no matter when your last year was.
Right.
And he's fighting for that. And you can see it. You can definitely see it.
Yeah.
When they won last week and everybody's like, oh, the pick. And and I love it. Like, you're a veteran player. I don't care about a pick.
He doesn't give a damn about that.
I'm not going to be here. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, he was skip hopping down the field and doing his little celebrations and all that. Yeah.
And every guy in that locker room should, because there's never a guarantee you're a part of the future plans for a team.
That's right. Everybody's fighting for their life and their career in the NFL unless you're a superstar on that team. That's the way it is. All right, that was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai. Damn, they were good today. Woo! Kyren cool as Jets. The Penix is mightier. Man, I'm on fire today. Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.